What's up, everybody? My name is Markia, aka the Money Plug, aka your credit specialist's favorite credit specialist. And today we're going to be talking about the history of credit. For something that's so necessary for survival in the American economy, a lot of people don't know what credit actually is or where it even came from. So let's talk about it. Credit is the ability to borrow money or to purchase goods and services and then pay for them at a later date. Now, credit is a concept. It's been around for hundreds of years, even dating back as far back as when we were bartering for survival. You would get things, and then based on your reputation, people would allow you to pay them back either in increments or just pay them in full at a later date. Credit isn't anything new. However, how we use credit has evolved over the years, as well as what tools are used to evaluate the risk associated with borrowing. That has also changed over the years. Your credit history is summarized in files known as credit reports. Now, credit reporting goes back as far as the 1800s. Commercial lenders used these reports to calculate the risks involved in lending to current or aspiring business owners. Credit reporting agencies back then were only small local merchant associations, and they collected all of this information and then sold it to lenders. By the mid-1800s, two of the heavy hitters amongst the credit reporting agencies were R.G. Dunn & Co. and the Bradstreet Company. And if it sounds familiar, that's because they are the modern day Dun & Bradstreet, which is a credit reporting agency for business or commercial lenders. The earlier credit systems focused primarily on businesses that required loans to either start or continue. There was really no system in place to collect information on retail consumers. However, in the early 1900s, the US started expanding its economic interests and really emerging as a world power, which meant increased wealth. Since workers started earning more, and then at the time the market was flooded with new consumer goods, this is when the car came out, it was a lot of new developments in consumer goods. And so to encourage spending, retailers started offering lines of credit to customers. And at the time, they hired credit managers who would, on a case-by-case basis, evaluate the risks associated, but using the same methods that commercial credit evaluators used in the 1800s. Now, in 1912, these managers formed a national association so that a universal method could be established for collecting, sharing, and codifying information on consumers. And one of the leading credit reporting agencies at that time was RCC, or Retail Credit Company. They were founded in 1899, operating out of Atlanta, and they eventually changed their name to be known as Equifax. Now, in the 1970s, RCC decided to go digital, and they wanted to computerize their records. Now, when they did this caused a lot of problems, a lot of inaccurate reporting or false information just altogether. And because of this, Congress decided that they had to intervene. And so Congress passed a series of consumer protection laws in response to all of the complaints. This includes the 1970 Fair Credit Reporting Act, which discourages unfair credit reporting practices, and then the 1974 Equal Credit Opportunity Act, which aimed to protect consumers from lender discrimination. Now, these laws governed the privacy, accuracy, and fairness of the information that these lenders were reporting to these consumer reporting agencies. Now, even though Congress passed these laws, these reports were a lot of work to go through. So Equifax started working with a company known as FICO to try to come up with some numerical representation that they could use that was similar to what commercial lenders were using for aspiring business owners. And in 1989, FICO and Equifax launched the first modern credit score called Beacon. This was designed to be a standardized, impartial credit scoring system, but it still has its flaws. In 2006, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion came together and created VantageScore, which was to be in direct competition with FICO. And today, both FICO and VantageScore are still widely used. Your FICO 2, your FICO 4, and your FICO 5 are known as your mortgage scores and are used to determine your credit worthiness when it's time to buy a house. And your VantageScore 3.0, this is the credit score that you normally see with all of the free credit monitoring softwares like Credit Karma and Credit Sesame. But these scores are numerical representations of the information that's directly reporting to these consumer reporting agencies. This is why it's really important for you to make sure that the most accurate information about you is reporting at all times, because that information directly impacts the score that's presented to lenders when you apply for stuff. So no, credit isn't a scam, it's a system. Is our system without flaws? Absolutely not. Could we stand to improve some things or change some things? Of course we can. However, it's best to understand the system as it is so that the changes that we do make in the future actually benefit us and not hinder us. If you learned something new, make sure you like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and tell me so in the comments below. Bye, everybody.